Hey guys, how's it going? Today is July 10th, 2023. Today I'm up here in the hill. Got the 125 Maxim and the H7230 New Holland disc bind. We're up here mowing this far pasture piece up here. It's just grass hay. We had made this middle piece here. It's been about 3-4 weeks ago now. And then the cows graze the other two pastures. We're across the road here at home. Now we were gonna mow this back when we mowed that, but it seemed like every time we were gonna mow this piece, the disc bind was broke down. We finally got it up and going. I was gonna mow it the other night after milking, and a couple of the shafts in there, and they're on modules, and then there's some modules that the bearings went out on and stuff. They're on the far end of the cutter bar, so we had to tear all that out, put 2 new modules in, and some new shafts in there that run between the two there. So that took a little bit of time, but now she's up and running good. Hopefully she stays together, and we'll get this field mowed. Quite a few acres here in this piece. It's a lot bigger than the other. It's pretty thick stuff. We should have got it a little sooner if we could have, but we didn't really have no choice because this thing here is always broke down. We did have plans to get a new disc bind until we found out the price of a new one. It's ridiculous what they want to replace this. It's like close to 20 grand more than what this one here cost when it was new. So it was darn near 40,000. Paid around 21 for this one. So quite a price difference there. The tractor burned up this spring. Had to buy a tractor. Really couldn't justify buying a disc bind all in the same year. But maybe here future years to come. But for now, we'll make this one here work. It would be nice to get another one. That way we wouldn't have to be working on this one all the time. It should be pretty much rebuilt because we did a bunch of work to the cutter bar this spring. We were making cover crops, put some new modules in down there. Like the gearboxes, for the individual turtle shells that spin to cut the hay off. Sometimes the bearings will go out. And then the seals sometimes will go out too. We gotta make sure the seals don't go out and that they have oil in them, because it'll take them out if they don't have any oil in them. But the bearing just happened to go out. And then, like I said, a couple of them shafts got messed up too. Just wear and tear. This bind's a 2014 model, so it is about close to 10 years old. It's cut a lot of hay. So I mean, there's really no shame for it. We'll bale this up, we'll dry bale it, and make a pile back over the hill along with the other hay. Put a tarp over it, and then whenever we need to feed it up at the heifer farm, we'll load a couple loads up and take it up and feed it. There's still a big pile out back up there. Not last year, but the year before, of hay. So yeah, we still have plenty of hay, which is nice. Second cutting off these two pieces, we always bale that up, put in the barns for calf hay. It usually makes nice calf hay. Second cutting. Really liking this tractor for mowing. You set off a lot higher, so you can kind of see what's going on a lot better. The 5140 would always sit down a lot lower than this. But the 5140 is a little more compact. Still Maxim series size tractor, but the Maxims nowadays are a little bit larger than what they were back in the 90s. Yeah, liking the new tractor, but again, at the same time, I kind of miss the 5140. I always liked using that tractor. The tractor I always liked mowing hay with is a 2290. It's 2-wheel drive. Turn a little sharper with it. It always made things nice mowing. That tractor used to do all the baling, and then the 2090 would do all the mowing. So we used to mow a 2-wheel drive tractor all the time. Now things have changed and we have 2 front wheel assist tractors, and the 2-wheel drives don't get used very much. The front wheel assist tractors are nice for on the hills. You got more traction, a little safer. Just gotta be careful with the two-wheel drive. You can't turn places you can with a tractor. It's got front wheel assist. Although front wheel assist tractors they're a lot more to maintain. They tend to be a lot more expensive because you got more parts on the front end, but they are nice though. I like using the 2290 to rake as well, being two-wheel drive. Just a little bit nicer for raking. But Pap does most of the raking, and Dad does pretty much all the baling. If needed, Pap will bale, or I'll bale, or I'll rake as well, or Dad will rake. But mostly Pap does the raking and mowing, and Dad will bale. So I guess it's on Pap's preference. Whatever tractor he wants to rake with, that's usually what's hooked to the rake. Lately he's been running the new one. I think he's liking it pretty well. Can't say I blame him. The air conditioning's pretty nice in this thing. Usually to divide this field up into different sections and mow it off, it's a lot easier. It's too big of a field to mow around compared to our strips. We always mow around them because they're not very big. In big fields like with this, we split them into sections and mow a section at a time. It's just a lot more faster and efficient. I don't know if you've seen that falling or not, out of the field, but I was mowing along. Something happened that I never saw happen before. The turtle shell blew apart. Now tell me how, I have no clue. It hit, didn't hit no rock or nothing, because there's not rocks up this far. There's a couple down below there, but I was up top here, so I'm not sure what happened, but we got a couple down there from the old 1411. I guess we'll see if we can get one of them thrown on it. Keep going. It seems like it's always something, like stupidest things could happen. The next day here now. Yesterday my Pap finished mowing this piece across the road here. He's actually going to mow some new seeding down right now, mow the oats off. I'm getting ready to tet it here. Got the 22 hooked to the tedder, and I got everything set up, so should be good to go. Getting her tet out here. It's pretty heavy here on top of the hill, and then back over. Down on the far side there wasn't very much. Wasn't quite as thick down there, so it's you can run a little faster, but whenever it's pretty heavy like these windrows here are, you can only run 3 up 2 on the power shift, so it takes a little while, but we're getting her done. Get it kicked up, spread out, that way the air can get to it. If it's all piled up in a windrow like that, the air can't get in under it compared to being spread out and kicked up over here, like where I have it tethered already. The air gets to it better. App is actually mowing right over here. I just seen him go by. I don't think the camera picked it up. Got the hay all tethered out. We'll let it dry till tomorrow, and then we'll get her baled up. Hey guys, it's the next day here now. My pap, he's across the road raking hay that I tedded yesterday. We're gonna try to bale it up today, and then we got some straw to bale up with the neighbors. So plan is to get the disc spine unhooked off of the 125, and we're gonna try putting it on the baler. Pap worked at making a bracket. He welded up a thing we're gonna put in here. Hopefully everything's gonna work. It already had threads in here, come from the factory that way. So Dad went to the farm store. He's gotta get some bolts. They can put the monitor in here, and then it's got to hook up back here. So we'll get the disc spine unhooked and try to get that baler hooked up to this thing. Getting the baler hooked up here. Now we've been running the 2290 on this baler because we don't have the 2294 right now, because the rear end went out of it, and Marv's getting it fixed back up. I guess the brakes were shot and a bunch of other stuff. I mean, it's no shame for the tractor. It's got 14,000 hours on it and probably hasn't had any brake work ever done to it or anything, so it'll probably take a little bit, but we'll eventually get it back here. Been wanting to use this tractor on the baler because we never have before. The only jobs that we ever used this tractor to do was to just haul some hay, rake hay, and mow hay. So not too much. It's got a nice cab with air condition compared to the 2290. It gets pretty hot baling with it. So we just wanted to put the baler on here and see how we like it. 2290 always handled good. My dad always liked baling with it because it's two-wheel drive and you can turn sharper with it and stuff. Makes a nice baling tractor, but we'll put this girl on it and go from there. The baler does have 4 remotes. 2 are for the lift the tailgate up to dump a bale out, and then the smaller 2 here to lift and lower the pickup head. So my dad got me some bolts. They're gonna work here. Just had to drill the holes out a little bit, make them a little bit bigger. That way they could fit, because they're not 3/8 bolts. They must be metric. They're just a wee little bit bigger, because 3/8 bolts would wiggle. And the holes here, these here, get tight. So yeah, we'll get this bracket on here. It'll go on there like that. And then the baler monitor will fasten in this hole right here. There we go. It's nice and sturdy. I had to put some washers in here to shim that out a little bit. That way it would draw up a lot better, because this part here is sticking out a little bit and it wouldn't draw up. But I got her now. So yep, Pap just took 2 pieces of angle, cut them, and welded one on top of another here. It's pretty simple, nothing fancy. I was looking at other brackets and stuff that you could buy. It was crazy what they wanted for a monitor bracket. It's just for a little L-shaped bracket, 100 some bucks. It's ridiculous. Whenever you can get some angle and make one pretty cheap. So I think it looks good. I threw some black paint on her, and we'll get this monitor in here and get her hooked up, and hopefully she works. Well, we got power, so that's always a plus. It worked out pretty good. See the monitor good, and I was able to tuck everything back here beside the seat, behind the seat, and got the wiring running out that thing there in the window, so we're in good shape. Pap has all this raked up over here. We're gonna go ahead and start baling. Windrows are pretty heavy, so it's gonna have to take our time. Tractor seems to be running pretty good. "50-inch bale already. Bale, 58-inch bale. That's a 4x5. Evidently it's set down to 56 inches for some reason. I'll have to set that up. we go. Let's see here if I remember how to work this thing. You hear the old turbo kick in. There's a green light that comes on up here. I'm not sure. This tractor has some sort of eco booster or something. I'm not sure. It's rated 125 horse, but it can bump up to 155, I believe, with that eco tune or something. I forget what it's called. I'd have to look it up, but yeah, baling pretty good. The windrows are as wide as the baler, so we really don't have to weave it, even though we still gotta pay attention to them bars there on the monitor. We're getting her done, so we are. I'm not even using the clutch at all. You gotta push this button in here. There we go. The shift from 5 to 4. Looks like it's making decent bales. Found the piece of turtle shell that broke off the disc spine. Pap is baling now. I baled some this morning, but he took over. And then we also have some straw to bale here this afternoon. The hay's in pretty good condition. Hey guys, what's happening? It's the next day here now. Right now we're up here at the heifer farm making this new seeding across the road here. The new seeding alfalfa with some oats in it. We're gonna get that baled up, and then we got the wrapper up here with the gale. I'm gonna go over there and pick some bales up, bring them over here, and then we'll get them wrapped. Yesterday afternoon my pap had finished baling that piece. I'd started baling up there on the hill across the road from home there. Got that all baled up, and then he went up to the neighbors and baled 15 bale of straw. This morning Dad and I picked that up and we got it in the barn. It's nice to get that in. We still got plenty of straw in the barn from previous years, so 15 bales gotta do us. We don't use a whole lot, but we still need some straw to bed up with. My pap, he's down at the chicken houses raking up some new seeding. Now that stuff down there didn't come very good. It's mostly weeds and a little bit of oats. It was too dry for it to come, and the alfalfa's there, but it just needed rain. That was no-tilled, but this piece over here we dished it up, so it was tilled up, and it's like the corn, the moisture got worked to the surface of the soil, and the alfalfa got the nutrients and the moisture to grow compared to the no-till ground, because the ground was just so hard and dry. It just didn't grow very good. So we're gonna get that baled up, and hopefully we'll get it dry baled this afternoon. There's nice air going. It's not very heavy, so it should dry out very easily. We'll get that baled up down there, and we'll just bring it up here. We use it for bedding, and I'm sure the cattle will probably pick through and eat what they want out of it. So just to get it off the field, hopefully we have a good second cutting off of that. As long as we keep getting rain, I think the alfalfa should come. We always put oats in for a nurse crop whenever we seed new alfalfa. Just get more tonnage off the acres, because the first time getting alfalfa off a field, you're not going to get a whole lot, but the alfalfa's got to be good quality. The oats, it just helps keep weeds from coming as well. That way the alfalfa can have a better stand and not get taken over by weeds.